Hey guys! I need some serious advice as I'm pretty much being cornered by basically everyone and I really don't know what else to do as my mental state is declining and I'm left wondering if it's really all my fault. A little background. Me and my ex-fiancé had been together for almost 6 years and engaged for 4 out of those 6 years. I was introduced to her by a close friend at a party and we just clicked. She was attractive, had a great personality and had similar hobbies as me, which made it perfect. Back in April of this year I started noticing little changes in her. She started wearing more revealing clothes to work, started putting more makeup and etc. TBH, I had no problem with any of that stuff as it's her body. She can wear whatever and put however much makeup she wanted to, but what made things worse for me was when she started coming home late from work, or how instead of spending the weekend off with me, we both had weekends off from work, she instead was always going out. I once had asked her why she never invited me to come out with her, to which she replied that it's only girls' night out and that her other friends would not be happy if I tagged along as they were not bringing their own BF with them. It all came crashing down when me and her had a huge fight in June because she decided that instead of going out on a date with me, she told me how she already had made plans with her friends and that it was rude of her to cancel. That was it for me. I fucking blew up at her and we had huge fight, which resulted in her packing her bags and leaving. I didn't hear from her for almost a week, none of her friends knew where she was and heck none of her folks even knew what was going on until she finally contacted me and wanted to talk. Imagine my surprise when she confessed to me that there was another guy involved and how all this time she was hanging out with him when all this time she was lying to me about hanging with her friends. I fucking blew up. I wanted nothing to do with her and was going to break up with her until she got on her knees and begged me to give her a second chance, which my dumbass self did, but only after she revealed everything to me, and she did. It made me fucking sick to my stomach, but in the end I forgave her and told her to delete all contact with the other guy and that I expect her to have no contact with him going forward, which she promised, and things kinda went back to before. Heck, we were even spending more time together, but that feeling, that trust wasn't there anymore. Everything was kinda okay until 2 weeks ago a friend of mine who was visiting another city, which was 3 hours from where I lived, sent me a picture with the message, "Sorry bro, that broke my already broken heart into a billion of little pieces." The picture was of my ex-fiancé at a mall 3 hours away from where we lived, holding hands with some stranger who I didn't know. I fucking broke down. I was heartbroken. She was a bitch. A piece of shit, especially since I thought she was at work while in reality she was 3 hours away holding hands with her lover. When I got home from work I waited for her and right away confronted her, which she denied and called me a psycho for not believing her and that I was a piece of shit for not trusting her until I showed her the picture that my friend sent me. Her face told me everything, and when the waterworks started I knew that I had made a huge mistake in taking her back, so I ended it. She cried and fucking begged me to think it over and not to throw away everything that we have together, which made me fucking angry, and I'm not going to lie, but I fucking slapped her. I was not proud, I'm still not, but she saying shit like not to throw away everything when it was her who threw away everything pissed me off. I told her to pack her shit and leave, called her parents and mine and told them everything. Her parents came to help her and I told them to basically fuck off after they told me to think it over and to make the right decision before actually ending it. She begged me not to end things, but I did, had to, for my own peace of mind. I did not hear from her or her parents until 3 days ago when my parents called me to let know that ex-fiancé had committed suicide. Her parents found her hanging and she had left a letter apologizing to everyone, including my parents and me, and how she is sorry from the bottom of her heart for what she did to me and that how she can't live without me and because of that she ended it. I am at a fucking lose. Ex-fiancé friends and family are blaming me and my own mother told me that it was my fault. She told me that I should have forgiven her since I'm clearly worth committing suicide over. I am fucking disgusted. I have currently taken some time off from work and have not a single clue what to do. Top 5 comments. 1. You took her back. You forgave her. She lied again and turned it on you, holding past transgressions over her. If it weren't for that picture she would have kept lying. She was actively trying to manipulate you into thinking you were wrong and she was the victim. I think she realized she lost you for good and it drove her to do what she did. Her parents are grief-stricken. They want to blame anyone for this. In the end, their daughter had mental health issues. Your mother, being a mother, feels their pain and also for some reason I don't understand wants to blame someone. I'm sorry for your loss. Ex or not, this woman meant something to you. Talk to the friend who gave you the heads up. Seems like he was the only one who really wanted what is best for you. If need be, seek therapy just to sort through everything. This is hugely traumatic for you. You even feel remorse for slapping her in a moment of complete betrayal. You have no reason to own her suicide. You owned up to emotions overtaking you and hitting her. You have nothing else to own up to. I wish you the absolute best in this difficult time. Edit. Thank you, kind folks, for the awards. Thank you also for the kind messages as well. Clearly you not only have your friend but from the looks of the comments the support of many Redditors. Am glad my words were of some help. 2. Just so you know, it wasn't your fault that she committed suicide. You just did what any person would do when faced with a cheater. She ended her own life with her own hands, and I think her friends and family need to realize that. They most likely will after the grief has passed. If need be, please seek therapy because I can only imagine the grief and shock you're in right now. If you start to feel alone and you need a friend, just shoot me a message. I know I'm basically a stranger, but sometimes just talking to someone gets you through another day. 3. Not your fault. She made the choice to cheat, she made the choice to take her own life. Not your fault. 4. Listen here, buddy. Even ignoring the fact that it was her who threw your relationship out the window the moment she decided to cheat on you, never ever let anyone blame you for something she decided to do on her own free will. We're all responsible for our own actions. How we choose to react based on what people do or say is 100% on us, not on them. Every single person blaming you for something like someone else taking their own life is the biggest piece of human garbage, and you should immediately cut contact with those fucking scumbags. And your mom is the biggest piece of shit of them all. How the fuck does she dare to blame her own child for someone else having taken their own life? How in the name of everything that is holy could she fathom making you carry such a massive psychological burden? That's genuinely one of the most immoral things a parent could possibly do to their own children. 5. Go to therapy. Nobody here or from your family will be able to help you with this. Be serious about it. This is not something small you can leave to internet strangers. Your/her family are too much involved as well. Please, seek out professional help. Story 2. I, M34, caught my wife, F34, cheating. I totally destroyed and lost. As per title and obviously a throwaway. We've been married for 5 years and have 2 kids aged 4 and 1. I found out about 2 months ago on the computer we share when I opened Chrome. It must have crashed before, so all the tabs before closing was recovered. On one tab, I see Dropbox, which was totally strange, as I know she doesn't use Dropbox. Inside was pictures of my wife and an unknown man and their intimate conversations. It was extremely erotic. There was also pictures of them together during one of those times my wife claimed she was on a business trip. I dig in deeper, going into her emails to find that the room she booked on those business trips was for 2 adults. My heart dropped and my anxiety was so bad my stomach was about to burst. I confronted her and she confessed that she indeed was seeing that person for that trip. I found out that was a client of hers that lived in a different country, the one she traveled to. I only wanted to know if she had slept with him. She assured me and swore that they were very intimate but never really had intercourse. I chose to believe her and told her if she really didn't sleep with him, I was okay. I figured that they don't even live in the same country, as long as she broke off all ties, it would have been the end of it. As this man was a client of hers, she told me it was not possible, but give her time, and she'll sort it out. So I leave it at that, and gave her room and time to settle her feelings. She was also very angry and I guess broke our trust when I went through her thing during the investigation. I also felt extremely bad having going through her personal stuff, so I told her I'd never go through her phone or computer ever again. Fast forward to today. She's changed her phone password and also changed settings on her iPhone to stop notifications displayed on locked screen for all her chatting apps. She was on her phone while the kids were playing. Then comes a message which I caught a glimpse of. Yes, it was that man. She quickly swiped it away and found an excuse to go to the bedroom and asked me to take care of the kids for a second. The red flags were there. Tonight I waited for her to fall asleep to check on her phone. I think she didn't know that I had previously added an alternative face to unlock it, so the password change was pointless. I go through her phone again and see that she is still in contact with that man for non-work related reasons. There was dick pics and pictures of my wife replying revealing her bra. I didn't go through the entire conversation as she was right next to me sleeping, it was just too hard. I still love my wife, but this has totally destroyed me. I don't know if the trust can ever be repaired. She can act so normal in front of me, it's so scary. I love my kids. So I don't know what will happen if I confront her again. Maybe at worst, it will be a divorce, and that will be the worst scenario for my kids. Top 5 comments. 1. Worst case scenario for your kids is being brought up in a house with no trust and lots of resentment. 2. It's over, man. I'm sorry, I went through something like that. All I will tell you is you are too deep in it to see how terrible she is treating you. The idea that you destroyed the trust for accidentally running across it is so preposterous. She is selfish and destroyed the sanctity of your marriage and continues to do so. You are the victim here, not her. That is simply her trying to justify it in some way. Get out now, the kids are irrelevant to your decision in continuing this relationship. Obviously don't abandon your children, but continuing a relationship for the kids does nothing for them. You may not be in a position where you are ready to leave her, because she probably is your world, and I understand that, as I was there once too. Just realize she won't change, and the longer you drag this out the worse it will be later on. 3. Repeat after me, I deserve better than a lying, cheating piece of shit for a spouse. Keep repeating that until you believe it. Call an attorney first thing Monday, Tuesday if in the US, and say nothing to her until said attorney tells you to. If you want it, you will quite likely get 50-50 custody of your children, since you both work, and seeing them without the dark cloud of her betrayal hanging over everything for half the time is better than everyone living in misery together 100% of the time. This cannot be fixed. She lied and cheated, she is still lying and cheating, with the same guy, only she's trying harder to hide it, and she will continue to lie and cheat every second for the rest of your marriage if you stay, no matter what she promises you. She has proven her promises are completely worthless. 4. The craziest part to me is that you discovered all her lies and cheating, and then you have to apologize for snooping, and the whole thing is resolved with her changing all her passwords. I mean, reread your text. 5. She was also very angry and I guess broke our trust when I went through her thing during the investigation. I also felt extremely bad having going through her personal stuff, so I told her I'd never go through her phone or computer ever again. Bro, she's mad that you caught her violating your marriage. Don't fall for the "you broke our trust" shit. She broke the trust the moment she started cheating.